Okay, here we have a question from Hans. He wants to know how he can make his little script here run within. Okay, let's scroll it back a little bit so we can see it. He's got his script here scrolling inside of a box on his topo map, as he calls it. So let's show him how to do that. Our snapshot of the Google Maps, we will go ahead and import that, and we'll go to wherever your shots are downloaded to, and your screenshots, that is, wherever your screenshots are saved to, you go there and you retrieve it. And so now we have our screenshot, and we'll go ahead and just expand that to fit the time limit. All right, so this is our background onto which we want to put a scrolling text inside a box. There are a couple of ways to do this, and I'm not going to give the simplest way. Rather, I'm going to do something that's a little bit more fun, and perhaps you'll learn a little bit more. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and put a box on the screen within which we want the text to appear. So let's just use the drawing tool, and let's go ahead and select the rectangle option, and then all we have to do is draw a rectangle on our screen. So here's our box within which we're going to put our text. And of course, we can do things with this box, a few basic things. We can change the color. Now, we noticed that, for example, that he had the background, his text was green. So we'll go ahead and get the color picker, and we'll just choose one of the green colors that are on this map. So there's that. Now, the other thing, though, is his border was black. So let's go ahead and just change that to a simple black. And so now we have a black border. And so it basically looks that. And it's within this that we want to scroll our text. Just say at this point that what we want to do is we want to make this a reusable object in case we want to use this scrolling text box several times, and the only thing we want to do is change the text with each time that we use it. So we'll cover that at the very end. Next thing we need, obviously, is some text, and what we're going to use is just a simple title. And we'll go ahead and use the default title because it doesn't have a lot of other stuff associated with us, and so that will make it much easier to use. It looks like we didn't make our bottom thing here long enough, so let's go ahead and stretch that out so that it equals the 5 seconds of the other two. All right, minor thing. So obviously now we want our text to be able to fit within this, so we can simply scale our text. And we'll scale it on the X and Y. The other way we could have done it, of course, was just to change the size on the text itself right here. Let's do that. Let's keep it a little bit simple. So we'll go ahead here, and then we'll just select this, and I'm just going to scroll down until the text fits within our boundary, and we're going to just move it over here. All right. So now we have our text. This isn't very much text, so I'm going to go ahead and expand it a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste. Just do a little more dressing up of our letters. I noticed that, let's click on text up here, scroll to the top, and we'll just use one of these presets here. You could obviously choose whatever color you want. It's just a combination of colors and borders and so forth, like the outline of the text. You add it or take it off, whatever. But anyway, he was using some kind of blue letters. There's just two more steps that we need to do. One is we need to make the text scroll, and the other thing is we need to apply a mask to the text so it appears within the box. The text move, we will simply use keyframes on the text. So in our starting position, we want the Y position to be down here. So the top of the text is just below the box. And we can do that simply by changing this. And you notice that when we change the Y position, the letters move down. So we could do it right there. Now, we will go ahead and click the transform keyframe box here. It keyframe all of the attributes of the letters, but we don't need to worry about that for right now. And then we will go to the end and we'll hold down the Shift key, press End. That moves us to one frame beyond the end. So I'll go ahead and move back one frame. And now we will change the second, or we'll add the second parameter, and it will automatically get added, as you can see, simply by the fact that we're moving the Y position. And we got our second keyframe right here. So we will move the keyframe, or we'll move the text rather, for this keyframe so it's just above the text box. Now let's just play that back. Let's go back to the beginning. So our text is here and we start playing and there goes our text. Now this may be moving faster than you intend. So what you can do is you can lengthen it. If you have a lot of text here, you'll need to lengthen these two things below. The first thing we're going to do though is we're simply going to stretch this out. If I can grab a hold of it, here we go. And we'll move it out to 9 seconds. But of course we don't have anything underlaying here, so we'll simply stretch this out for now. And we'll go ahead and stretch this one out as well. Okay, now we can make this longer. In other words, if we stretch the distance between point 1 and point 2, it will take longer for it to stretch, and therefore the text will move slower. So we'll go ahead and click that, and we'll just go ahead and drag it over here. And now let's see how the text moves. And it moves slightly slower. So it stands to reason the longer you want the information to stay on screen, the further the distance has to be between the two keyframes, the first one and the last one. And it's just a linear curve. There's just a couple of more steps until we have it all set up. And what we want to do is we want to apply a mask to the text so that anything above the frame is not visible, anything below the frame is not visible, so it appears to be just within the frame that we've created. Unfortunately, there is no way to apply a mask to just the title. We're going to show you exactly how to do it. There are other options that you can use here, but none of these are really suitable for what we want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this a compound clip. By right-clicking on it and choosing Create Compound Clip, and we can just give it a title of text or give it no title at all, that's fine. And in doing so, we have now converted this to a normal object. And normal objects can have a mask, as we can see right here. So if we now click on Mask, it's on video, we click on Mask, and we can just take the rectangular mask and we can move it over our little rectangle right here. Now we can scale the mask down by just using the scale, and that's pretty good, except that it's not a perfect square or rectangle as shown here, so we need to adjust the height and the width individually. So we can adjust the height and width like so, and it's not so critical here, I guess, on the width, unless your text is wide. You want to make sure that your text does fit within the width box, otherwise make the text smaller. But at this point now, we have exactly what we were looking for. Our text is going up within our rectangle there at a speed that we wanted it to go. It would be nice that if we could make this reusable over and over again. And the way to do that is we're going to combine the rectangle and the text into another compound clip. So we'll hold down the Control key and we'll select, and we make sure that both of them are selected, and then we right click and then we say Create Compound Clip, and we'll call this one Scrolling Text. And it has now become a single compound clip or text element. But this in itself is not enough to make it reusable. If we went ahead and copied this like so, and we paste it again over here, and then we went in and we changed the text, what we would actually be doing is we would be changing the text in the first one as well. So you can't use it in this way, but there is another way that you can do it. So the correct way to make this a usable scrolling text box is to right-click on it and then save as compound clip custom. Now before I do that, I just want to show you where that ends up when you do that. When you create a custom compound clip, it ends up here in the editing presets. And you'll see here is compound clip. This is one of the subfolders below here. So anything you save in here can be used and reused over and over again. So if we go here and we right click and we say save as compound clip custom, it ends up right here. When we close out this project, we can now drag this in multiple times. In fact, even as we're working in the project, if we want to reuse this on another section of map, we can do that. We would just click from here and it would add it in here. Now, if we change the text in here, okay, what we have to do is we have to go into it. And we can go into it one or two different ways. We can double click on it as I just did here. And again, we would have to double click again into here. Now we can go ahead and change the text in our title. We'll say new text. Okay, I'm just going to make a simple one way. And we now have, and we're going to go back out to the main timeline. We now have one that starts with new text, and we have the original. This would be the way to make it a usable, reusable one. Go ahead and save it as a custom compound clip, and anytime you need to use it a second time, this is where you can go. Now, mind you, when you do that, you're going to get a number of things appearing here because they have the same name and whatnot. So that may be a little bit confusing. It will be easier for you simply to double click on it, double click on the text, and click on the text, and then go ahead and change your title or topic or whatever it is that you want. If you should want to make this longer because you have a lot more text than here, then of course this will have to be stretched out. Likewise, the underlying text above this will have to be stretched out as well. And you can't just stretch this. You'll see that this does not go beyond this. It simply disappears. So the things underlying it would have to be stretched out as well. However, it is reusable within the same function. You have created your own little text element.